Okay, we're looking at one of our clients, which is a good case study. It's a brand new client, so we're busy doing the audit for them. And you can see here that there's already a big problem. Alarm bells should be sounding. So out of all the pages, there's only 9 officially with error as per se, but there's a big problem here when 6,502 are excluded pages and only 513 pages are valid. Then we can actually have a look down here, and for instance, which is good, there's only 4, there's not many of these server errors. They should be, obviously you would like 0, but what I mean is if you look at all these high numbers, at least here they're not. But for instance, it only shows 1,404, but then when we look at the crawl anomaly, these 1,549 pages, when I checked them, actually had some 404s when I actually tested the page. So what I'm saying is there's obviously an anomaly, that's what it means, and this is affecting your crawl budget. What also affects crawl budget is the loading speed of your site and the resources available, because Google doesn't want to crawl your site all the time and slow it down for actual users. So depending on how fast your site loads, if it's optimized, then Google can afford to use the resources, scan your site, and also it won't impact your user experience. So then Google will actually crawl more, which is important to know. But this is Search Console, Google Search Console, and you check under coverage, and then you can actually go down this list and work out what crawl issues are. But there should immediately be alarm bells in these instances when there's only 513 valid pages and 6,500 excluded. That is an anomaly in itself. That is not good for. This is nothing for a huge site like Amazon or those big ones, but even this is quite a large e-commerce retailer, but nowhere near Amazon. But you can see that there's definitely something wrong here. This ratio doesn't look correct. This is too small, and then when we look here, we see all these anomalies and crawled but not indexed, and this could actually be the CMS. It could be many things, but this is where you basically start with this. In fact, Google have a little slideshow on for optimize your crawling and indexing, and it's from a long time ago, but it still has some relevant points, and it wouldn't be here otherwise. And you can see remove user specific details from URLs, reign in infinite spaces, disallow actions. So crawl budget is important from a technical SEO point of view, and it also has to do with the loading speed of your site and the resources available, and how optimized your site is in terms of its running and the resources required to do so. Yes, and when we actually look at crawl budget, we can look at what Google actually defined it as, and you can see they've heard a number of definitions, and then so yeah, if new pages tend to be crawled the same day they publish, crawl budget is not something webmasters need to focus on. So that's quite a good diagnostic there. Although recently Google has had indexing issues, but they actually have a definition. They say, so first we'd like to emphasize that crawl budget, as described below, is not something most publishers have to worry about. Likewise, if a site has fewer than 1,000 URLs, most of the time it will be crawled efficiently. Prioritizing what to crawl when, how much resource the server hosting the site can allocate to crawling is more important for bigger sites, or those that are auto-generate pages based on URL parameters, for example. Google is designed to be a good citizen. Crawling is a main priority, while making sure it doesn't degrade the user experiences of users visiting the site. And they call this the crawl rate limit, which limits the maximum fetching rate for a given site. So simply put, this represents the number of simultaneous parallel connections Googlebot may use to crawl the site, as well as the time it takes to wait between the fetches. and the crawl rate can go up and down based on a few factors. The health, if the site responds quickly, and that was the load speed we were talking about. The time limit, the meaning more connections can be used to crawl. So again, here we can look at the loading speed. If the site slows down or responds with server errors, limit goes down, and crawl budget crawls less. Sorry, Googlebot crawls less. And it talks about the limit being set here in the Google Search Console. And then it just talks about facets, faceted navigation affecting crawl budget, on-site duplicate content. That's why a lot of content is crawled but not indexed. In some instances, soft error pages, so like what we saw there, infinite spaces, hack page, low quality and spam content. So all of this can be diagnosed, or at least you get clues over here. And again, there's a major one. So thank you for this SEO Cape Town guide on crawl budget.